Hello, everyone. My name is Trent, but most of you know me as IT Guy, and welcome back to the Blockchain Gaming Podcast. In this episode, I have ExcaliburII7 on the show to talk about the interesting changes in Coin Hunt World this week. We'll talk about the new supercharged mystery boxes and walking for keys, as well as some general Coin Hunt World topics. So without any further ado, Excalibur, how you doing today, man?
I am doing amazing. It is a beautiful day outside, too.
That's good, yeah. And for the people who don't know, why don't you just let them know where you're at, like what's your hunting grounds? I think you're in Vancouver. Is that correct?
I am in the very popular Vancouver, BC, Greater Vancouver.
Yeah. So, yeah, it definitely would have been a nice day out for you today. It was a nice day out for me as well. As you can see, I'm in my office.
You're in your penthouse suite.
Yeah. So this one's done over Zoom, or Skype again. And we got video. So you're actually the second guest on the podcast to feature with their webcam and actually get to see the player and what they look like. So a little interesting. So I want to thank you for that.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, no worries. So I'm obviously excited to get in today's topics, mostly surrounding all of the crazy new updates, the crazy new changes, but just want to take it slow, let people get to know you and who you are. So I kind of asked the same question to all the guests, and it's one of the biggest ones I think that really gets people to know you is what are some of the things that you're most proud of, in the game or outside of the game, some of the accomplishments that you've made. And as you describe your accomplishments, I'm going to open up a screen share, and you will be able to see. Where are we? Oh, there we go. You'll be able to see your all your leaderboard placements.
All my leaderboard placements.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like I went kind of casual starting September 2021.
You know what I'd say? Actually, I'd say the competition increased.
There was that also. There was definitely that also. But yeah, after August, I was done fighting for leaderboards, and I just said nope. I got first, and that's what my overall goal was, because as you can see, I got third. So my goal was to at least get first once.
Like globally, obviously.
Yeah. Globally, yeah. So I get the 5 red keys.
Right. That was a long time ago, yeah.
It was, yeah.
So you didn't start, or did you start in January down here?
I did. I started pretty much the second week of January.
Oh, so you missed the New Year's QB there.
I did. I didn't even know about QBs. I didn't know about anything for the first probably 2 weeks I was playing. I did not jump in the Discord. I just was like, I started by looking for blockchain games.
Mm-hmm.
I know that this is not one, but that's how I started looking.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that this one just crop up in a search engine somewhere, downloaded it, and I've been playing since.
No other games are you playing?
Not crypto games, no.
Right. This one takes up a lot of time, doesn't it?
It takes up quite a bit of time, especially with the walking and everything now.
Yeah, exactly. So out of all of these placements, is there something that you're most proud of outside of the first? Because I know up here there's some description about how maybe you were, I say maybe, that you might have been the first Foreman QB printed.
That's a possibility. Mm-hmm. We're unsure of that, as you can see. But I do remember the Shark QB, because that one was a battle, because the whole print shop went down.
Right.
So we were able to get the blueprint. I moved my headquarters over to downtown Vancouver because I was working for the day.
Mm-hmm.
And then walked over to the print shop when it was supposed to open. And then, I know we were chatting, Block Boy, Smooshy, and I, and everybody was all chatting on there and going, "Oh, it's not working."
Mm-hmm.
So I just kept on closing and reopening.
Yeah.
Closing and reopening.
Restarting.
And then I got it going. Like I was like, "Oh, it worked."
Yep.
And then after I got to work, I went back into the Discord and said, "It's good."
Yeah.
To which everybody's like, "Oh, let me try."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was like, "I think I've got this."
I do remember that debacle. It's funny that you just had to jog my memory there because yeah, that was during I had already started playing, and at the time when I started playing, I didn't have 2 red keys. As you know, I was maybe a
Yep.
month into the game, so I was like, who cares about the shark? Come to find out, it's a pretty decent money maker now, and definitely would have
It's
been
also
good.
very expensive to print.
Is it? So what's the requirements there?
It's pretty much 30,000 paint. 3 different color, 10,000 of 3 different colors. I can't remember the exact colors, but
Probably blue.
yeah, there's
I'm
blue in
guessing.
there. I think there's yellow and red. So
wow.
it's an expensive one to print.
Yeah. So do you ever sell them on the auction house, like for profit, or does that never come up organically?
I've printed and sold a couple of them,
Mm-hmm.
but when I look at the auction house now, they definitely don't go for the amount that you need to spend in order to get all the paint.
Right.
So
That's all right. Yeah. So you're from Vancouver. You're in that Vancouver area. Um, I mean, you've been playing for an extremely long time. I'd say, you're one of the OGs. Why don't you take me back to a time before all of these changes that have happened, in the game today? What are some of the old changes? We were just talking right before the show, but I want to get your take on some of the old changes that happened that kind of like messed with the meta when you were playing a long time ago.
So back when I started playing, there was crypto for the Twitter boxes.
Yeah. So you'd obviously make a Twitter and answer it.
Yeah, so you'd take a picture and then send it up there, and then you'd essentially get crypto back.
Do you remember how much
in
it
a little
was?
prize box? I think it started at $5.
Okay. Wow.
Per
$5.
Yeah.
Per picture.
Yeah. When I was doing it, it was down to $1.
Okay. That's still pretty damn good, isn't it?
Which is still pretty decent for every single picture that you get.
And a key?
No keys.
Okay, no keys.
It was just crypto.
So that was that was the nerf then. It went from crypto to 1 blue key.
Yep.
So
actually, no, it went from crypto to a green key.
Oh my gosh. It's funny how they do that, eh? They'll that when the nerf comes, it won't be so bad, and then they take it down another level.
Yeah.
So do you remember the feeling when you were getting $1 per Twitter photo, and then they said that they changed it to a green key? Do you remember being mad at that, or kind of rolling with the punches, or not knowing enough about the game yet to like really understand the impact of that change?
I didn't really know enough of the game to understand that impact fully.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. And it was just when I was starting, so it was within the first month, I think.
Right. That's funny that you say that, because that's actually the same thing that happened with me with like regular Twitter boxes. When I first started playing, you would get 1 blue key back, as you were around for that, and that changed. But yeah, I didn't really know kind of what was going on, and by the time I got a Twitter set up, and I realized how overpowered answering it. You basically had to post a Twitter picture if you got the opportunity to, because you don't want to give up that blue key.
Yep.
So I guess the change, I didn't understand it either really until you dive deep and you played for a couple months and you really understand the significance behind those 1-2 extra keys, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And especially the green keys. I was like, oh, hey, all right.
Well, you were also around for the green key booths, right?
I was around for the green key booths, and back then blue vaults were also 20 cents each. Right.
So these are crazy. I mean, if you had these game mechanics right now, they'd be game breaking.
Oh yeah,
like they'd go broke.
They would. They truly would.
Yeah.
And I mean, when they went from the green to the blue, that was fine. When I think my first real partial rage was when they went from green key boost to no green key boost.
Right. Okay.
Right. And that because I was, I guess, playing a certain way.
Yeah.
And then that was the first thing that really forced me to change the way I played.
It changes the whole meta of the game, right? So do you remember what the discourse was like throughout the Coin Hunt World community? Like, were other people on board with, bring back the green key booths?
There was a few that were,
Mhm.
and then there was also a few that went, oh, well, this is the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
They adapted quickly.
They did, right? And it kind of feels the same way now with the blue key booth removal.
Right. Yeah.
Right. You play one way, and then something like this changes, and then you need to adapt and change with it, or just leave.
Absolutely. And we'll get to that. I just want to, no, that's okay. That's okay. It's on our minds. And, I just told you, I just came back from walking, doing, some of the daily quests, it's something all the hunters are going to want to talk about, but, so I just have another follow-up question just for a kind of like personal, hunter profile kind of deal. I want to know, how you actually found the game. I know you're talking about, maybe looking up other blockchain games, but how did you actually come to do that and then start getting involved in Coin Hunt World?
Let's see. So it was 2021, started 2021, I guess, right? Mm-hmm. So crypto was starting to really take hold, I guess.
Yeah, hit the news.
Back in the news and everything. Yeah. So I was like, okay, well, is there another way outside of mining that I can make a bit of crypto?
Yeah.
Right. So I just started searching, seeing what else was out there. And that's pretty much how I came across this.
Right. And did you find any other better ways?
Outside of mining, no.
Yeah, right. That's kind of the simple fact, isn't it?
Right. It's either mining or this. And this is just a kind of mining.
Yeah, it really is with your feet. Now.
Yes, it is with your feet.
So how do you actually play the game? So what do you do inside of the game that brings you the most joy? Do you like the trivia aspects? Do you now like the activity aspects? Like what makes you the happiest when playing?
Walking with my wife or my daughter.
Okay. So
or friends even.
Right. You use it as like a social activity then.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's when I find the most contentment with it. When I'm actually with other people. I can talk. I can just shoot the breeze.
Right. Yes. Exactly. So you're involved in that infamous Vancouver area. Have you met a lot of the players over there and shared some trade secrets or something?
I've gone to all the meetups that we've had.
Okay.
Including the one with Cuckoo Puffs.
Right. Yep. Did you solve the red vault?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Right on.
I think I got a great, which I think is 70%, right?
Okay. Honestly, I don't know.
Okay. I believe great is 70% and then good is 40%.
That makes sense to me.
But yeah, so I got great. My wife got perfect.
Oh wow.
And then there was probably about 30 of us there anyways.
And so that's when it's, you know what, that is true when you're.
And then we got kicked out of the plaza.
What? I didn't know. I didn't hear about this. What happened there?
As we were solving the red vaults and everybody was cheering and going, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Right? You're probably loud, aren't you?
We were, but it was a open air plaza. It was outside, so we didn't think anything of it. Security came by and said, "Oh, you guys got to disperse."
Aww.
So it's the only meetup, I guess, that I've been around where security has kind of come around and said, "You need to disperse. You're having too much fun."
Yeah, the Coin Hunt World crowd gets rowdy, don't they? That's awesome. Okay, so I guess we can jump into some of the latest news. So here's where I'm gonna share my screen again. Maybe this will go a little bit smoother. Now that I know what I'm doing. Okay, so we're back here. So this one is the actual patch notes, and I'd like to. Oops, there we go. You can see them, right?
Yep.
Okay, good. So what happened here? Let's start with the supercharged mystery boxes. So obviously the key booths are gone. There's no more blue key booths. No, there's lots of changes when it comes to this update. But one of the main ingredients here is the supercharged mystery boxes. So I just kind of want to get your thoughts on these. Um, is it equivalent to here? Give me this. How many keys? When the key booths were around, would you be able to collect a day, just like on your regular hunting route?
If I did a regular hunting route, I'd end up with so I'd hit over 94 vaults in a day.
Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I would end up with a net positive influx of keys, probably between 5 and 20.
Okay.
Right.
So now with these changes, you actually have potential to make more than that, I believe.
There is a potential, but I always I judge my day by going with the 8s, because that's pretty much all I've been getting.
Right.
I've been getting 8s and 10s.
Okay. That's I mean, that's the highest chance, right? So have you hit a 50 yet?
Two of my daughters have.
And you haven't.
And one of my daughters has also hit the 10,000 resin. So
you know what? I've hit the 10,000 resin twice now.
Have you?
Yeah, I got it today, and I think I got it in the group of boxes that we got from the retweeting rewards for like the past week that's been going on.
Right.
Yeah.
That is a really good one for new players.
Absolutely. I think that keeping the resin inside of the mystery boxes is really important. The way I look at resin now, though, is based in a value of keys. So I look at 10,000, and for right now, considering resin prices are kind of going through the roof. I don't mind. I don't mind a 10,000 resin. I'm not going to list it, but I feel like I equate it directly to the amount of keys that it's worth.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, when players are first starting out, they need that to build up their headquarters.
Yeah. Now it's even more, right?
It's like
50,000.
It is, right? To get to level 4. So
yeah, extremely important. I'm glad they kept that in there. I haven't got a 50 blue key yet. I think that's the creme de la creme, right? Like that's the best one. That's the one everyone wants, 3 times a day. That'd be ideal.
Yes, 100%. I've got the 2 green keys a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
Which is nice.
How do you feel about the 2 green keys? Because, it's equivalent to the same as, 2 blue key or 20 blue keys. So what would you rather get, the 2 green keys or the 20 blue keys?
I'd probably rather get the 20 blue keys.
Okay. Yeah.
Just it'll allow me to actually hunt a bit more.
Right. Yeah. It keeps you going.
It does. Right.
Okay. And okay. So what are the overall thoughts and feelings about the supercharged mystery box? Are we, so basically what this did was it created an even playing field when it comes to the set amount of keys that are coming into the game for each account. So each person now has the same chance as the next person to get the same amount of keys.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Because you obviously went from being in a very key dense area to someone now having to. I feel like you might have been most affected. If by the removal of the key booths.
You mean Vancouver?
Yeah, Vancouver, but I'd go even more bold as to say, like top players who, are on top of the leaderboards, because those are the people who are hitting more than 100 volts a day and need those keys to and more in order to, buy things as well, right?
Oh, absolutely. And the interesting thing was I wasn't even at the top. I was in the top, I think 20 to 30 for local. Yeah. So I wasn't even really in the top.
Mm-hmm.
but I know that I'd hit more vaults, be able to hit more vaults with the amount of keys that I was able to get. Mm-hmm. So it's all good. I mean, you need to adjust the way that you play when they do stuff like this, and that's all that it really is to me. Is I just need to look at it, go, okay, I need to adjust now. I'll hit less, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
I'll just walk more.
Yeah, there you go. That's good. All right, let's move along. I'm going to move down the page here. Now, this is probably... Now, I don't really know how to preface this because this has got to be... I mean, if you look back in your time of Coin Hunt World, would you say that this removal of the blue key booths and then adding this walking quests, is this the biggest change in Coin Hunt World history?
Yeah, this would be the biggest change that I think I've seen.
Yeah, and I haven't been around for all of the crazy changes, but even if you want to include the auction house, this change is by far the largest one, and at least for me, in my personal opinion, this is the best change that has happened in Coin Hunt World. One of my favorite things, and we've only been doing it for what, 4 days now?
Yeah, I think so. It is a very positive change.
Yeah,
it's definitely going to help the game move forward.
Yeah, agreed. So on top of the daily mystery boxes, you can get additional keys by completing the activity quests, which is great. So the first set is the walking/running set, which it is a lot of fun. I'm excited for when they add more. So I don't know what your lifestyle's like, but I also like biking as well. So if they're adding biking quests, playing this game on a bike is a little trickier than you would think, but it's definitely a lot safer than playing in a car.
Yes.
So that's one of those things that people don't really talk about. And I was definitely letting it slide because I understood, that was the meta. And, if people want to play to the fullest extent, they were going to get in their car and play on their phone. But that's not what this game was meant to be. And it's not really what any mobile app's meant to be. You're not supposed to be driving while you play. So I'm thankful that part of the game is gone. Maybe some other people aren't. I know for a fact some other people aren't. I've seen a lot of complaints, but
have you?
Oh man, I've seen a lot of complaints, but unfortunately the complaints aren't from the people. They're not from people who really play this game to love this game. I feel like they're more from people who play this game to suck the money out of it, or as much as possible. Like they look at it like like a half a paycheck.
Yeah.
And I think that this change was necessary and extremely healthy, not only for the players but for the game.
No, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's safer for everybody else on the road also.
Yes, yeah. There you go. Exactly. Like distracted driving is come on, we're all guilty. I'd say we're all guilty, but when you're exactly, but when you're going out there and doing it on purpose, to play this little game that doesn't need to be played while driving, it was a little silly. There's lots of silly things people do in this game that I don't need to bring up, but I am very glad that one is gone. How do you like the walking quests? What are your thoughts on them?
I enjoy the walking quests, and the first day or two I didn't hit stage 8.
Yeah.
Yesterday and today I've hit stage 8, and I've noticed that I've jumped up quite a bit in the leaderboards.
Oh yeah. Now, Excalibur, this is my favorite part of this update by far. So when changing the leaderboard points for completing these quests, they've flipped the meta on its head, right? The meta
100%.
The meta to get leaderboard points was hitting as many vaults as possible, and you could only do that by driving and dumping resin.
So it was resin, hunting, and printing QBs.
QBs, yes. If you could, save them up, as
which
it were.
is how I got first last year.
You know what? And that, I feel like that was a viable strategy last year.
Yes.
I don't know if you've noticed now, but if you try to print an epic, I don't know. I imagine that our local leaderboards are very similar when it comes to how hard it is to advance on them. The Ontario and BC leaderboards are probably the toughest in the game. But printing an epic won't move you in the top 50. just
No, it doesn't move you very far. So I'm looking forward to finding out how far a red vault moves me, because my youngest daughter still needs to print her red QB for the first time.
Oh, and let's just make sure everybody's on the same page, because if your referral prints a red QB, you actually get red leaderboard points, red vault leaderboard points, which is great. I love that little, that little tidbit, because
just extra little bump.
Oh, it's not just a little bump. I feel like a red vault is pretty extreme, and it's funny. I didn't actually know that existed until me and Marlov chatted, and he's like, "Yeah, some days, I'll get a bunch of referrals, and a few of them will print their red QB, and he just shoots up the leaderboards like nobody's business. You can't even, you don't even know what just happened." But yeah, the activity quests are. They have leaderboard points associated to them. So down here at the bottom, that it's just the one little sentence, but it's one of the best parts of this entire update. Now I'm going to be honest. I've completed every single challenge since they've started. So I think I've got now 4 under my belt, and I've jumped the leaderboard. I'm now 10th in Ontario, and I was probably 150th.
Oh yeah.
Now, and I know you're a little bit higher than I am, but I told you before the show that I was coming for you.
Well, that means I just got to keep walking.
Yes, and you got to hit all 8 challenges, because it was said in the Discord today that the first couple, they do give you leaderboard points, and I've noticed that I will jump maybe 1 or 2 spots, but those last 2, the 7 and the 8, will jump me. I'm very bad at determining how many leaderboard points I'm getting for what I'm doing in the game.
Yep.
But it seems like a lot. Let me tell you, it seems like a lot.
It does. Let's see. Where are you? I don't know where you are. Where are you on the country?
On country?
Oh, there you are. 36.
I'm 30.
36.
Yeah, there you go. And where are you on the country?
20.
Okay, I told you I'm coming.
See,
blood in the water.
And before the walking, I was well below 50.
Yes, exactly. And you know what I love now? You see that change. I'm so glad you see that change affected on the leaderboards, and you see it right away. Right?
Oh yeah.
First day, I was like, holy smokes, I just jumped. And if this is what it's going to be like for, until the near future, at least, this is the meta to get leaderboard points. You got to complete all the walking challenge. You got to go out there and be healthy.
Oh, no, not healthy.
Oh, I know. How could they do this to us?
Yeah, well, it's fun. It's fun. Like when I go with my youngest daughter, she's only like 4 feet something. So her steps are so small. In they'll walk around Town Center Park, which is about 3.5 to 4K.
Okay.
I'll complete.
Decent walk. Yep.
Yeah, so I'll complete stages 1 through 3, and get a little bit of 4.
Yeah.
She'll complete 4 and get a little bit of 5 in the same walk.
Just like shorter steps, eh?
Shorter steps.
That's really funny. I didn't know. I still can't put my finger on if it's by distance or if it's by steps. It sounds like it's by steps.
I think it's more by steps, because I've also seen people say that running, they need to go further.
I see, and this is where I'm a little bit confused, because I thought, well, if you ran, you got it done quicker. Oh, wait, maybe you do need to go further, but because you're running, you get it done a little bit quicker.
Yeah, so you'll get that done faster, but you go further.
Interesting. Because I wish they kept track. I wish they gave us the stat of who completed it first. That's
Yeah.
I'm very interested in that because, it's funny. We didn't know how long it would take. And when it came out, I don't know where you were or what you were up to. What were you doing when it came out? Were you ready to go?
I was at work downtown
Okay.
in
So you were going to get
downtown
off
Vancouver.
work.
So
You were going to get off work and maybe go out and try it out.
it came out right before lunch. So
Yep.
thankfully, so I got to go for my first lunch walk, I guess you could
Yep.
say, and try and see how many boxes I could get.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my first experience of it.
Right.
Definitely
So
did not complete all
no.
stages that day.
Okay. So what I was actually I just finished my last exam and I was ready to head out the door. I was getting prepped. I was, stretching, made sure, everything was good to go. And what I wanted, I wanted to be the first one to complete it. Now,
Right.
I thought I thought it was attainable because I was under the impression that this was going to be a long, hard challenge. I had snacks packed.
Oh, wow.
Like I was ready to go 50,000 steps. That's what I was ready to do. And
Yeah.
50,000 steps is easily 4 or 5 hours, if not more, of walking.
Oh, yeah.
So I was well prepared to do that. Now what happened was it went live. I went out the door, started walking, ended up getting, I did my whole loop around and I was maybe done the 7th and into the 8th one. And by this time, it's my phone was dying. I had to head home. So I headed home, and at that time I had checked the Discord and I had saw at least 2 players had already finished. I saw Zach post his thing on Twitter, which I thought was the first. And then I also saw Jazz, who is B-Pod's fiance, if I'm not mistaken. I saw her post that she had finished all 8 challenges. So at that time I was like, oh, okay, they got it. I'm gonna let them have it. I did end up finishing it for that day, but it was a lot easier than I thought. What about you?
It did, yeah, I didn't have to, like, when they were first talking about going, oh, you're gonna have to walk so far.
Right.
There's only gonna be one guy that's gonna complete it. It's like, oh man, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm gonna do this, right? But so it's nice that they toned it down to make it a little more achievable. I know that they also lessened the keys, which is fine.
Yeah.
Right. Less effort, less keys. Makes
Yep.
sense. So it was good. I mean, it's an enjoyable thing to do because you're just walking, then your phone buzzes. You go, oh wait, all right.
Yeah.
Next one.
I know. It's funny how as you're hunting, you're getting keys. I feel like you don't have to go out of your way for a key booth anymore. You're just, it's tracking your steps. So, the more you might as well go out of your way to get a vault now because now it's tracking your steps. It's like better for you in order to
Yeah.
go out of the way for the vault. And I would never, ever do that usually.
Yeah, no, like I've definitely changed the walking route I had
Mm-hmm.
because it used to be keys and vaults.
Right.
So that was the
exactly.
most beneficial.
Mhm.
Now I have changed it so it's as many user vaults as I can get.
So I want to ask you this: how are you, like shaking up your, kind of what you're doing? Because you said, I'm not sure if yeah, you said that you used to net 20 keys and you're hitting basically 100 volts or more a day. So, are you still trying to go for those numbers? Like, are you going key negative now, or how have you adjusted?
I count until I'm at what would be the equivalent of stage 8 of the challenges.
Okay. Yeah.
So I hunt until I get to where that would be, and then I stop.
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
walk, but then I'll just stop hunting.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. I think I've started doing the same thing. I have been doing my big old loop, and if I can get all 8 challenges in before I'm done, then I'll just head home.
Yeah.
It kind of caps your play level, doesn't it? Because now you can only play for 2 or 3 hours a day unless you want to go key negative. Then you can play till your heart's content. But if you want to stay key positive, you're kind of capped. How do you feel about that?
I'm okay with it at this point in my coin hunt career.
Yeah.
Right.
You're not gonna let it turn your hair gray.
No. I'll let my job do that for me.
Yeah.
But no, I'm happy with the way it is. I tried the first day or two to hit every vault, including system vaults, to see where I'd be at.
Yeah, like a little testing kind of phase, right? Yeah.
And in doing that, I'd be key negative by about 60 to 70 keys.
Okay.
So
yeah.
It's like, no, I cannot do that.
That's not, yeah.
I'll do that during, say, Hawaiian event.
Yeah. Me
too. Because
Mm-hmm.
that will be the number of vaults you hit, right?
Yeah.
But so I've just adjusted to the point that I just only hit user vaults at this point.
Right.
And I'll only go until I'm key equal.
Mm-hmm.
And then if, say, the last mystery box of the day gives me more keys than I expected, I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's one of the best parts, you know. I feel like I'm basing most of my key hunting only around the activity quests, and it's funny that, you know, you also get the supercharged mystery boxes. That could be an extra 150 keys. I'm not even it's probably not going to be, but let's even say it's 50 keys. That's Derek, I went from getting 14 keys a day, 14 keys a day.
Oh, wow. Okay.
To what is going on now. I have 60 vaults in my loop. So I'm already plus on the keys when it comes to the walking achievements. This is next level. This is completely flipped this game on its head for me. As you can imagine. And the leaderboard point thing. Oh.
Oh yeah. And that's an awesome thing, right?
Yeah.
Is it now 100% equals the playing field for everybody?
Yeah. Yeah. And because the playing field was not equal at all.
No, it was right? How far can you drive to get as many keys as you can?
How much are you going to spend on gas? That's all it is, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And or, you know, yeah, how many keys can you gather and how many vaults can you hit by going out there and driving?
Yep.
And now I have a monologue that I wanted to record and do, and I had this thought about it, and I just want to read a blurb from it because I had to write down all my thoughts because it was getting too crazy. But one of my thoughts was that if you were driving, right, and playing this game, I don't know if that's how you played. Is that how you played?
I walked for the most part. There was the odd little tiny 1-2 kilometer loop that my wife and I did just to get a couple more keys towards the end of the day.
Right. Which is completely normal. Everybody was doing it. And now all those players have now switched to, you know, because
to solely walking.
And those players were the top players anyways. I knew that they were going to switch over and start doing the meta anyways. But I just, you know, if you were driving, zombie key driving, you know, getting 400 keys, 400 keys a day, you had to have had the thought, you know, like, is this against the rules? Should I even really be doing this? You know, and if you have that thought in your head, like, if I get into my car and I have my phone in my lap, I immediately am already like, seems wrong, you know, like, so if you have that thought, you have to have known that a change was coming, right? You had to have known that this wasn't going to stick around forever.
No, you didn't, right? No. And it's like I got a dash holder for my phone, so I could put it up there, and you know, I'd glance over it instead of looking down, right? But my biggest fear was driving, collecting a key, and then would a police car come up beside me while I was collecting the key?
And
right
there goes all your coin hunt world profit.
So, there it goes. And there goes the week of coin hunting.
And I'm betting that has happened to coin hunters. There has to have been like that has happened. And you know, God forbid, you know, somebody got hurt doing it. I know I'm going to the extreme here, but I cannot be more happier that that's in the rearview mirror. I mean, people can still drive and collect vaults, but now it's you almost don't even want to now, right? It's not even worth it.
No, it's not as much worth it. Like I'll take the SkyTrain in from where I live to downtown Vancouver,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll hunt on that.
Right.
Still only hitting user vaults, but that's where I start to go key deficit until until I start walking, and then I'll become a little more equal.
Yeah. So you actually hunt on that. Is it a train?
Think of it as a subway, an elevated subway.
I'm thinking train. Okay, an elevated subway.
Think of it as an elevated subway.
Okay. Right? That's that, and the hunting's pretty good on that, huh?
Yeah, like there are a lot of user vaults. It has been highly stacked.
I see. They've thought the Vancouver guys have figured that one out, huh?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. What else is going on? I kind of got off topic here, but yeah, I mean, anything else on the activity quest? There's so much to this, right? That I'm gonna forget something and bring it up later, but why don't we just move along here, because I'm getting too excited about those activity quests.
Well, they're fun to do, and watching my I went for a walk before we started talking here with my youngest daughter, and she was, when she received a gift, she's like, yeah, like, just the cheer, the joy, that I see when she walks and actually gets the little gift. It's like, yeah, right? That is worth it. Yeah,
totally. And you got to imagine, most of the players, I'd say most, right, majority of the players are doing that same thing. They were not collecting keys how the top guys were, and now they're getting 10, 15 keys and in a little gift box wrapped just for walking to their user vaults already. It's a great change. It's a great change. One of the best.
It's a very positive change for the way the direction of the game is going.
It was needed, I think, because they were on a kind of a tipping point, right? It was either, they can make it better for people who drive long distances, or they could cut that out right then and there. And I'm glad they went with the latter.
Yeah, no, I'm glad they cut out the driving.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so we're coming up to the end of April. And that means that the Hawaii event is coming up soon.
Yes.
Now, you were around for the old one, and I've checked your QB display case, and I saw that you got that chill QB in there. Do you have the blueprint?
I do.
Okay.
There is not a blueprint I have missed.
Wow.
I have not missed a blueprint yet.
Have you printed all the QBs?
I have.
That you've got? Okay.
Yeah.
I shouldn't expect
the only QB I haven't printed yet is the UK QB, because I still need what are the cricket sticks?
Okay.
And those never get listed anymore.
So you have the blueprint though.
I got the blueprint. I got everything. The other part of it, I just don't have enough cricket sticks.
Okay. So you're waiting on that.
I'm just waiting for someone to list like 500 cricket sticks.
Let me talk to my UK boys. Yeah. So the Hawaii event, are you excited for this one? Like I'm not. I don't really keep up to, like, it's hard to follow how players do in certain events, but I mean, I know that you go hard for events, and you've been around. So do you plan on completing the whole quest, maybe even being one of the first guys to do it?
I do 100% plan on completing the quest.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing with I think it was Christmas, right, where we had to put in the red key to go all the way through.
Yep.
So I put in the red key at the start because I told myself I'm going to complete it.
Right.
And I had a bunch of people question me. It's like, why'd you do that? It's like, because I know I'm going to do it.
Right.
Plain and simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yes, I'm looking forward to Hawaii.
Good.
I don't know if I'm looking forward to trying to print all 27 tikis, but hey,
That's going to be a little tricky. Printing all 27, I think you're going to have to get real lucky.
I know.
Because I mean, I don't know your key stash. I imagine it's pretty large. You got a little collection over there, but you're going to have to spend a lot on the actual queue or the blueprints themselves. Do you have like a budget for something like that?
For this event, 2 red keys.
2 red keys. Okay, I've heard that number floated around, and I have. That's too much for me. Yeah, why do you say 2 red keys for the tikis? What's your reasoning there?
Well, when the cats, like, I think back to the cats when they first came out, I was completely against them.
Yep.
Just because it was a key drain, so to speak.
Yeah.
Right. But now I'm actually making a whole lot on the blueprints.
Yep. Me and you both.
they're going for 70 keys per print.
Yeah. More than double.
Right.
Almost triple. More than triple.
Oh, more than triple. just about quadruple at this point, which is crazy.
Yeah. So you're looking at the tikis as an investment opportunity then?
It is.
Okay.
Right. So I'm buying 100 blueprints. I'll print. I don't know how many because I don't know the resources that are going to be needed. And as Illusion has said, that you don't need to complete the tikis for this event.
Yep. Right.
It will be for a future thing down the road.
Right.
Where you need all 27.
Right. So I don't want to burst your bubble if you think that, get buying 100, like even with 100, you might not get all 27. Actually,
100% I won't.
You probably won't, right? So do you plan on? Okay, so you weren't thinking that. Good.
No.
Do you plan on trying to get all 27 then, either by printing what you got and then buying the rest, or any other plans there?
I will print. I don't know if I'll print all 27. But yeah, it'll be a mix of printing and buying.
Okay, so you want to get all 27 though?
Yep.
Okay.
I enjoyed burning the cats.
Yes, agreed. I haven't printed any cats. I just sold them all.
Oh, okay.
So I was looking at the cats as an investment opportunity. So maybe I should take what I usually do is after a guest comes on and they have a strategy or a thought in their head, I usually adopt it. So I'm going to formally adopting your strategy. I'm going to be soaking 2 red keys into these tikis, and I'm going to hope on the return.
Well, the return will come. It just won't be instant, right? Because the Halloween event was 6-7 months ago.
I found that the best time to do that listing of the event QBs or resources or blueprints is about that 6-month period.
Yeah.
If you can hold it out for 6 months, I feel like an investment doubles.
100%.
It's pretty good.
100% it does.
Right.
Especially with the cat prints right now.
Yeah, and if those are anything, if that's indicative of what's going to happen with the Tiki Warriors, right? I feel like they might even be more expensive with the Tiki Warriors, but whatever. I don't want to jump the gun. Right now, I'm playing more than I've ever played, and it's not even an event. You know what I mean?
Well, you're walking more. You're healthier.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'm averaging 20,000 steps a day, and
awesome.
That is not what's needed to complete the quests, by the way. I'm pretty sure... I don't know what it is. What did you have to walk in order to complete the quest? Do you know the amount of steps you had to take?
I do about 18,000.
Okay. So I had the same. So actually yesterday I walked 18,000 steps and I got it. And I don't know about you. You seem like a fit guy who can do that. No problem.
Yes. Running is my background.
There you go. Okay. So I'm in a similar boat. 18,000 steps is not a lot. It's not. And I'm very happy with this. I'm expecting a change. What about you?
Yeah.
I'm hoping not.
I'm hoping not. I don't want to have to walk more than 18,000 to 20,000 steps, but
Exactly. So
But
the only
depending on how many people actually achieve this on a daily basis, I'm sure a change will come.
yes, and I think what they wanted to say, right? Somewhere along in this, it says, right, they want 1.1% of the hunters to unlock all 8 milestones.
Yeah.
So if that's happening right now, great. We can keep it out as is. I'm okay walking 15 to 18,000 steps a day. I can do that. I can do that every day.
Not same, right?
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it's more than 0.1% of hunters
I
right now.
I agree. And if they start upping it, even like 25,000 steps is a little bit more. It's more. I don't think I bet you I could do that 5 out of 7 days of the week and then take, the weekend off and kind of recuperate because but anything more than that, oh man, they better up the
Yeah.
key. They better up the keys.
Oh, yeah. If they increase the distance, they definitely need to increase the keys.
Yeah, agreed.
Like
and-
they may add a 9th milestone.
yes. Oh, and you know what? That's one of the first things I noticed when I opened the milestone page. I was like, can you scroll on this page? And you can.
Yeah.
You can absolutely scroll on the page. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's room for improvement there. We're probably going to see changes to the all of
Yeah.
it, I'm assuming. But for now, it's great. And also another point on that is that the second day, I actually walked 22,000 steps to complete the quest, and I was kind of baffled. I was like, "Hey, this was too much." I saw a lot of other people talking about they walked 11K and got it, and I maybe walked 15 to 18K, and I was like, something's wrong. And what it was is I'm on an iPhone, and I had low battery mode on.
Oh,
Something about low battery mode doesn't track your steps properly or your
really?
distance traveled. So if you're on iPhone, I guess even if you're on an Android too, and you have that battery saver mode option enabled, turn that off because you're not getting all your steps.
Yeah.
So I guess that's just my tip. That's what I've noticed, at least.
Well, I am glad that in the future they will be, because you know how Pogo, you can turn the phone upside down and it turns the screen off.
Right. Yep.
They will be bringing. Illusion said that he will be bringing that into here. Just don't know exactly when.
And they just came out with this, right? We're all
Yep.
just scrambling, and I'm assuming the development team isn't like. I mean, it's definitely not the size of Pogo.
Oh no.
Maybe if they were making that kind of money, but yeah, I expect some changes. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
I expect some quality of life changes, which will be great. Some more accurate step counting, like being able to have your low battery mode on, because
Yeah.
some of us are serious hunters, and as you probably well know that people will bring the charging block, like an extra a spare phone charger with them on hunts, right?
Yep.
Yep.
No, 100%. And my wife carries one around just in case.
There you go. Exactly. I think I might have to start doing that. Maybe buy one on Amazon.
Yeah. Well, I had to use it yesterday.
Yeah.
I may have to use it today because, well, I'm not charging my phone right now. So.
Oof. I know. I've been. Yeah. Now it's more about planning your day, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And when can you get your steps? When can you charge your phone and then get more steps?
It's all about the steps, baby.
It's all about the steps.
Okay. Jumping into the Hawaii event. Sorry, I backtracked.
Sorry.
I knew I was gonna have more to say about the walking quests.
I'm sorry. I probably did the same thing.
Nope, no worries. No worries. If you have any extra stuff about the walking quest, just let me know. I'm happy to continue talking about it. But I do want to get your take on the Hawaii event. But let me ask you. You like the seal, eh? Okay.
I like the seal.
I like the seal too.
I want to see the turtle.
Yeah, as we all do. The gifts, like we have Cuckoo Puffs posting all the sea turtle gifts. Yeah. That just gets you more hype. And for someone like at your caliber who knows they're completing the quest and who knows that, well, not only knows that they are going to, but that you can, which is I think a little more important, right? Because I want to complete it but I don't know if it's possible with the amount of vaults. But you're in a good area for Coin Hunt World, so the luck of the draw there. But yeah, knowing that you're going to complete the quest is great, because you get to have that epic QB, right?
Yep. And yeah, like that's one thing that they changed in this one, I think. Anyways, is you get the blueprints based on the number of vaults you're opening.
Yeah.
Right. So they're getting rid of the RNG.
Mm-hmm. Do you like that?
I do.
Okay. Yeah.
RNG is great.
Yeah.
But it's so frustrating.
It's a bitch.
It's frustrating, but it's so good.
Yeah. It's RNG is the foundation of a game, really. And it's really extremely rewarding when you hit it, and it is extremely frustrating when you don't. True gamers and people who have done a lot of gaming in their past understand the differences there, but with this change, I like it as well, and I like the effort. They're calling it like effort over RNG or whatever it is, but yeah, it's proof of you. How many vaults do you think it's going to be to actually get to the end there and unlock the last QB?
The epic?
Yeah, the epic QB.
Well, let's see. Considering the dragon took just about 5 days to actually get.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna say that it's gonna take 3 days, 3 to 5 days.
Right.
Depending on how many vaults you're able to hit. I'll be hitting probably between 150 to 200 a day.
Okay. That's a big number. At least for me. I'm sure for a lot of the listeners, 200 vaults is a lot.
I'm sure it is, right?
Yeah.
I will be key negative every day.
Yeah.
There is no way I'll be key positive.
Absolutely. Unless you hit the 50 a couple times on the mystery box, right?
And I haven't hit it once.
Even then, it might be a little.
I haven't hit that sucker once yet.
Yeah, I'm thinking, because, like you said, that yellow dragon QB, God, that drop rate must have been 0.01% or something, whatever it was, because I think like even if you hit 1,000 vaults, I don't think it was like a good chance that you got it. I think it was more like 1,500 or 1,250 vaults, and people in that area definitely got it. I mean, if you look at VW Rules Chick, if you look at her, she hit 1,600 vaults or whatever it was, and didn't get it. I didn't get it, and I hit about 1,000. So I'm hoping, for greedy purposes, that
1,000 you might be able to.
1,000. I'm hoping it's 1,000, because I believe it's an actual number, right? It's an actual number of vaults.
Oh, it's got to be. It's got to be an actual number.
Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping 1,000. If it's a little more than that, I'll understand. If it's something like 1,700 that we've only ever seen happen once, like by JR or whatever happened, that'll be a little bit aggravating. But honestly, right now, I usually never complain about the game, and I don't think I ever have. But right now, it's so hard for me to find anything wrong, because this update has literally checked all my boxes. Well, not one of it. I thought this game needed everything that this update brought. So I'm extremely happy with it, and it now makes I'm doing event hunting, and it's not even an event. I'm going that hard.
Yeah, here's an interesting thought.
Yeah,
the blue vaults would equal 1, obviously. Now, will they give the green vaults and the yellow vaults an extra number, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to hit, say, 1,700 blue vaults.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love that idea. I'm guessing they don't do that.
Probably not, but hey.
Because the only reason I say no is because in the past they've done it where, dropping the blueprint out of a vault, there was no boost out of the green or the yellow vault, which I think they should have done. So this is why I think that idea is good. They did in the last one. They gave you like a boost to the dragon scales or whatever, but I think upping the drop rate on a higher tier vault it would have been a good idea. I think that's
Yeah.
just me because, you know, not many people can hit 100 volts a day. And, you know, not
No.
even a lot. I mean, I can do that, but that'll be pushing it. And not a lot of people can even hit 50 volts a day, right? So I think,
Yeah.
but they could, you know, go over to that green vault that's down the road because they have one of them, and hope and pray that they get it from there. But if they do that, I'm hoping that it's equivalent, right? If you hit a green vault, it's kind of worth 10, and if you hit a yellow
Yeah.
vault, it's kind of worth 100. I mean,
That'd be worth 100, right? So
yeah, yeah. So maybe it gets you, and if they did do that, it'll definitely get you out to those yellow vaults and definitely get you out to those green vaults for sure.
And I mean, it would be an extra incentive for the hunters to put in a green key or a yellow key to say, okay, I'm getting that much closer to
Yeah.
the turtle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. If you get it right.
Hey,
how's your yellow vault trivia?
Yellow vault trivia, not great. Green vault, I'm about 70%.
Okay. So do you hit, how many green vaults a day would you say you hit?
Currently 2 to 3.
Okay.
I'd love to hit more, but that's not going to happen.
Right.
Otherwise, I'd be green key negative.
Right.
So,
you need a couple of those two green key mystery boxes.
yeah. Or very good RNG green key drops.
Yes. Have you noticed, this is kind of off topic, but have you noticed you've been getting some more green key drops, or has it always been consistent with you? Because you obviously hit a high number of vaults. And maybe I'm only seeing a larger return now that I'm hitting all my vaults.
It's fairly consistent.
Okay.
I haven't noticed a huge input or increase of green keys. But hey, if I drink the green beverage there,
Yep,
then maybe I'll get more green keys.
that's how it works. That's why I'm drinking it. I like any beer that has a green can. It's weird. A little strange. Where are we? Oh yeah, we're still on this Hawaii event.
Okay. I think we're still talking about Hawaii.
Yeah, that's okay. The Tiki Warriors, 27 of them. That'll be a lot of fun.
There'll be a lot of first prints. There'll be a lot of leaderboard changes.
Yep.
And a lot of QB leaderboard changes.
I know. So this is one of the things that I regret about the cat blueprints is because I'm now sitting at like 200th on the QB collector leaderboard, which is like pretty good for someone who doesn't have any of those 9 very easy attainable cats.
That is actually pretty good.
Yeah. So I kind of want them to like just move myself up that leaderboard, but holy smokes, 27 extra QBs. That's going to create a lot of wiggle room on that leaderboard.
Oh, it will.
What are you on that leaderboard?
Where am I right now? I don't know. Let me look.
No worries. Take a look at the leaderboards there. I looked at mine today. Actually, I can pull it up quickly. 250th.
I am 5.
Oh, don't have to scroll. Don't have to scroll very far for you.
I'm on the just about non-scroll page.
That is awesome. So speaking of the non-scroll page, how do you like that new? This is also part of the new update, right? With it now shows your rank and a little button at the bottom of the leaderboard page that takes you directly to your little guy there.
I love that.
I'm not sure how much it affects you.
No, it right? does, right? Because I can instead of having to scroll down to like hit the little QB guy in the top right, I can now actively see where I am.
Yeah.
And I can see my guy go increase in levels and then decrease in levels depending on the time of day and who's been walking.
Exactly. I really love that. That's one of those other really cool quality of life updates. It makes that no scroll list just so much cooler, right? Like if you're in the top 3, now you're just the man now.
Yeah. And I do like the QB whatever, where you can show your QB showcase.
Oh yes, the display case, right?
Yeah.
Now I checked yours out today because I knew I was gonna be talking to you, and I saw you just have a ton of all the epics, right?
I just put up the epics.
Yeah, and
at this point,
The the January. So at the start of the show, I asked you if you had the New Year's QB. It was kind of a loaded question because I didn't see it on your QB display case. I figured if you had it, you would put it up there, but maybe you were hiding it.
I do not have the 2021 New Year's QB.
Are you in the market for that one?
Probably not, because it's going to go for 4 or 5 red keys
easily
without even blinking an eye.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that I talked with Al Riyadh last episode, was about how I feel like obtaining those larger keys is going to be a little bit more difficult now, because you have I'd say you have more keys coming in, but now you have the availability to hit more vaults. So for at least for me, with the walking quest, right, I'm positive only 20 keys a day. And now trying to work your way up to a red key off of 20 keys a day, it's going to take a while. Of course you have the buddy quests, but you're also hitting a bunch of vaults. So I think that, trying to obtain a red key I feel like the most utility out of a red key is for the event quests. So actually completing quests, I feel like, is going to be a lot harder down the line.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts there? Yeah.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens with this quest line, because Illusion did mention that you're going to possibly be able to use old QBs. Last year's QBs.
For what?
The quest line.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens with this quest chain.
And you got them all, so that benefits you. I actually have the surf guy. I got the surf QB.
Oh, you got the chill.
No, not the chill.
Surf. No,
yeah.
The surf. Yeah.
The rare one, not the epic, because that one is unobtainable for me. But the surf one I actually got a long time ago, and it was me making my my weak attempt at a leaderboard push. But I picked up that QB, picked up a bunch of lays for, God, it must have been dirt cheap on the auction house when it first came out.
Oh yeah. The lays are now going for 1 blue key per lay, pretty much.
Per lay.
Or more.
Wow. No, I'm not sure. I think I might have taken 1,000. So, and I probably bought it for 2 yellows. That would have been a good hold, but that's what I've been doing that a lot lately with event resources, though. I'm not selling, and I think the best time to sell your resources is like 2 weeks before the night, like that event next year.
Oh yeah.
And,
like, it'll be interesting to see where the dragon scales go next year.
I did not sell any of my dragon scales.
Nor have I.
No, and you probably have a lot more than me, but I'm thinking that those will be pretty damn expensive. Those would be the big ticket.
They'll go for more than what they're currently going for without troubles.
And what are they going for right now?
I think it's 5 blue keys per.
Oh, okay.
So
pretty good.
They're going pretty good. Could be 4. Don't get me wrong. I haven't looked recently,
I know. I'm not so are you like super up to date on the auction house? You're not a buyer and a seller, are you?
I am sometimes.
Okay.
Like, I've got my eye on something right now.
Okay.
But I only because I can buy it in bulk at cheaper and then sell it for more expensive. Right.
Okay. So you're looking for like an arbitrage opportunity to make some money, like you're front running. So I can't figure it out. I cannot figure out the auction house. The prices for me are so unstable that it's so hard to judge.
You mean the white QB that's going for 2 red keys?
Dude. I think I saw 75 white paint going for like well over 300 keys.
I know. It'll be for the one guy that bought the white blueprint.
Yeah, and even then, I'm not even sure what it costs to print the white QB, but I bet you it's more than 75 white paint. At the prices, though, it's probably worth it.
It could be.
Yeah.
But it's only a common. So.
And, the Philippines don't mess around when it comes to playing video games. So I'm expecting that those prices will come down soon once they start getting the hang of the game.
Once they become a Manel.
Yep.
And flood the market with whites.
Yep. Yep. And you almost expect that, right?
Yep. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes, because I mean, in the end, I would love to have their little QB, their special QB.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be extremely expensive too, though, right?
Yeah.
And that one is just as cool as the El Salvador one. Which do you have that one?
No, Manel bought that one.
Okay, there was only one up there, right?
And Manel got that one.
Okay, interesting. Here's a random question for you. Do you still have your Foreman blueprint?
Yes.
Okay. Are you gonna get rid of that anytime soon?
No.
Thought I'd try.
The only blueprint I think I've sold recently was the Ox.
Okay. Interesting.
And that went for 2 red keys.
Okay. Why? If you don't mind me asking, why'd you get rid of the Ox QB blueprint?
I printed off 5 more before I got rid of it.
Okay.
So I've got some extras.
Yeah.
Right, but I didn't need it any longer, and it was just a common. So I was like,
yeah. 2 red keys.
It'll come back in 7 years.
2. Yeah. You're in it for the long game, aren't you?
My daughter definitely is.
Yes. Yeah. I'm in it for the long game. I'd say that's the best way to play.
Yep.
Okay. In the Hawaii. So let's talk about the quest chain for the Hawaii event. Like we were saying, it's based off the efforts instead of RNG to get all the way to the end. You got to solve a certain number of vaults. Here's a really cool one. Is about how I believe it's actually the first item in the quest chain. You put a blue key in, and then you actually receive a NFT for, it's like a participation trophy.
Yep.
Which I think is cool because it allows, the lower level players or players who don't expect to go all the way through the quest chain to actually get, an item that said, they were here, and also kind of fills up their NFT tab, because the NFTs are kind of cool. I think a lot of people in this game are very into, NFTs and crypto. So that's just a bonus for them. Right. So, I think
it'll be interesting to see those in the auction house.
Yeah. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about just dumping it right away.
See, I did dump my houses.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. So what was the thought process behind that?
I don't care for the pretty.
Okay. Yeah.
When I'm the only one that can really look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can publish the icon in like my in my case.
Right.
But no one else is going to see the house.
Right.
Except me.
Yep.
So I'll let someone else enjoy it.
You're right. As of right now, there's absolutely zero utility for it. Like you can't even use it really. And we don't even know what it's going to look like, and we don't even know what that utility is coming. So I understand that, but I think that's what I'm waiting for. I think if it comes out and it's horrible, nobody likes it, I think you made a smart move, right? Getting rid of it early. But it could come out and everybody loves it, and then you'll be stuck with trying to buy it back, maybe.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Or I'll keep the Hawaii one.
Yeah. I like the skins. But like I said, right now there's no utility, so it's hard to know why I like it. Maybe I'm just a hoarder.
I mean, I'm a hoarder of blueprints.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
It happens.
I don't know how many pages of blueprints I got.
Probably more than me. Yeah, probably more than the most average player. If I'm taking a look now at my pages, I know I don't have many. I only have 3 pages of blueprints.
Yeah.
But you know what I do after an event? I go through the auction house and I buy up duplicates of the blueprints. So I have duplicates of almost every single common and rare.
Okay.
Epics are a little harder to get, but yeah, I have duplicates on all of them because, I mean, I don't know. They're extremely cheap after an event for like 60 keys for a rare blueprint.
Yep.
To me, that's a no-brainer, right?
I'm at 3.5 pages.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Do you ever, so I forget who I was talking to this about, but do you ever look at your inventory and like calculate how many keys it's actually total worth?
I don't look at that. I look at least not actively.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not actively.
Okay.
I look at, okay, do I have enough to print another one?
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Right. So I've got enough to say print another epic Fire Dragon. Or
Right.
sorry, not Fire Dragon, but Fire Dragon. I've got another enough to print another Pat Moriata.
Mm-hmm.
Another Lava Dude.
Oh, another Lava Dude. You have 3,000 crystals, fire crystals?
I do.
Oh my god. Woo.
Right. So that's kind of how I look at it. Okay, do I have enough to print that? So for the next event, when I get the blueprint, I can just print it.
Ah, okay. That's smart. That's very smart. Wow. And do you get most of those resources just by hunting, just by doing the event hard, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's rare if I buy. Like I definitely bought scales because those were hard to get by.
Extremely hard.
So I definitely bought scales.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't say I never do, but it's rare that I will buy other stuff.
Yeah. No worries. Okay, so I think I mean that basically does it. There's going to be a bunch of purple vaults for the Hawaii event, or no, bunch of purple vaults. There's a bunch of locations. There's a bunch of locations for purple vaults that are uncertain. There will be a purple vault there though. Any plans on going to Hawaii?
No. Nope. Just like I had no plans on coming to Toronto for the purple vault there.
There you go. Exactly. Yeah. No, that's. I feel like Vancouver to Toronto. I mean, that's a far flight, but for $1,000, I mean, maybe that's not even worth it. Actually, a domestic flight.
No, Canadian flights are expensive.
Yeah, they really are. Isn't it weird that it's more expensive to go from Toronto to Vancouver than like Toronto to somewhere in the States or Vancouver to somewhere in the States? Like, so strange.
Yeah. No, Canada flights are incredibly expensive.
Ridiculous. So
it's like our gas.
Yeah. Oh God. Something's wrong. We need that. Another win for Coin Hunt World, right? Nobody's spending at least too much money on gas now. I knew a lot of people stopped driving and playing because a lot of people look at it analytically, right? They look at the amount of money coming in and then the amount of money that they're spending. And I'll be honest, I do the same thing, but I don't do it with gas because I've never done it. I've never played at driving, but sometimes I'll do it with my shoes. I'm wearing $40 Amazon shoes, and I feel these boys they need to be changed, right? So
100%.
Right. So it was just another change to get people off of like the analytic thinking and kind of just back into the game and playing the game how it was meant to be played.
Yeah, no, like I've got a partial electric, so most of our driving is electric.
Yeah, so that's a nice break on the wallet, I guess, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
yes, it was.
What else is happening? So the Hula and the Surf QBs are returning. You don't have to worry about that, but I will get myself a Hula blueprint because I have never bought one. And I've never had one in my inventory. So that'll be fun. I'm excited to get that. And just honestly, the resources, right? There's new resources coming out, by the way. I don't know if you saw that infographic, right? I'll try to like have a picture of it. I don't know. Don't mind my technical editing here, but there was a great little infographic of what was needed in the tikis, right? And I forget now what that resource was.
Was it for the tikis or was it for the? No, it was for the seal, wasn't it?
It was for the seal. Okay, it might have been.
Yeah. Like the tikis are going to require lays,
Right.
and a color of paint. I'm betting green.
I'm with you on that bet. I think that's a safe bet.
I'm betting green.
Yeah.
I've only got 100,000 of it.
Only 100,000. Okay.
Only 100,000.
I think I'm at I think I'm at 50 or maybe 60,000, but definitely the easiest paint to get your hands on.
Yeah, and
by far
the least used.
Yeah, it's not used. So yeah,
I think the Leprechaun used it.
Oh yeah, that's good if you have a Leprechaun blueprint. Do you have one of those?
Yes.
Okay, you're not the one trashing that market, are you?
No. Oh no. No, I never did. It.
Yeah.
It was fun reading about that market being trashed. It's like, oh, okay, I won't print those off.
Guess that's not a viable option for you anymore. But you know, when they come back up in price, you'll have your moment in the sun.
Yep.
All right.
So yeah, then some amount of resin, but
yeah,
who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. So there's going to be a new resource. That's a little bit exciting. I guess it makes you want to hunt a little harder.
I'm hoping that the turtle will use lays.
Why? Do you have a certain stack of those or what?
I have enough that I could. Oh no, not lays. No, not the lays. The
flowers.
Oh, the hibiscus.
Hibiscus flowers. Yeah.
Hibiscus and plumeras.
Yeah. I'm imagining that they're going to bring those back, right? Because I think
you definitely need the plumeras for I think the hula.
Right. Oh, okay. So they're gonna bring that back. That'll be a resource. Because they've been doing like 4 or 5 resources now for each event. So they can actually add a resource onto an old event. It's a great little idea. They got their thinking caps on, don't they?
Yeah, I wonder if we'll get turtle shells as the rare item.
Turtle shells? Oh my!
Oh, come on. We got bats.
Don't you got to take a turtle out of its shell for that?
Well, then you put it back together when you get the QB.
Oh, I see. There we go. We'll make some turtles. But that turtle, that's going to be highly coveted. I think it's a great little idea there. I wish we could see it, but you just look at the past epics and you just know that, they're not playing around when they make it. They do good art, good animations, and good styling when it comes to making those epic QBs.
The animations and the QBs have come so far.
Haven't they? Like
so far.
When you first started playing in January, right? What was one of the first QBs you remember seeing like an animation for?
I think the China event was the first one that I was really actively for.
Right.
The first China event.
So the Ki Pao is actually a decent animation. I kind of like it. She like dances around. What was the
right? So there was the ox, the Ki Pao, and the fire dragon.
And now the ox was just kind of like a random little animation.
And the fire dragon, it was cool, but he just puffed a bit of smoke. Went up and then went back down. Right.
Yeah. When it comes to an epic, you don't think that's what you would see nowadays, at least. But
yeah,
adds to the appeal.
Unless it's the what is it, the invasion, because those animations are all the same.
Yes, but they're quite cool. I like all of those animations.
Oh, they are.
Yeah,
they're all very cool. They're all just the same.
They are. But I like the lightning one. I was actually looking at those all the other day, and those ones are pretty cool animations. Yeah, they do good. They do great work when it comes to like whatever their art team's doing is they're progressing very well when it comes to making those. Yeah.
Black Cat's good.
Yeah, Black Cat is good. Even a lot of those Christmas ones were good. Like the elf was good. The gingerbread's a good one.
Gingerbread.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm excited to see what they do.
My wife and daughter looked at it and go, "Oh, he's getting eaten." And say, "Yeah."
Yay. That's funny. Okay, so after the Hawaii event in June, we can expect some other updates, I guess. I mean, this is a little far out, but this was discussed in the Hunter's Lodge. The HQ system is done, right? The new key system is now implemented, kind of. Yeah, basically implemented.
Yeah.
So we can expect to see the tagging system. I have in my notes and on the Hunter's Lodge it says May, but I'm gonna get a little more realistic with that and say June.
That's possible, yeah.
Yeah, and then so the tagging system actually, if you look on the Coin Hunt World app and you notice the new I don't know how to say, like, menu button, I guess. When you click on the QB, there's one now grayed out and it's clearly like a shopping tag. So that one's going to be the tagging side of things. So we can expect probably a screen. From there, I don't know what else is going on, but I'm hoping there's leaderboard points associated.
I hope so. I've got vaults close to a couple Starbucks. I've got one close to a fountain, one close to a bank.
You're prepped.
So I've got them ready.
And then it says June for the first structure blueprint. So this could be anywhere between a fountain or a bank or something we haven't heard of yet. So are you excited for like the structures? I mean, they must have been teasing this since the beginning, right? Like this idea has been shopped and ditched around at least since I've been playing.
They've talked about structures for a while. They've also talked about having a remote headquarters for a long time.
Is that something you were looking forward to?
Yes.
Yeah.
That way I wouldn't have to be at home to look at the auction house.
Right. You're one of those players who, well, isn't working from home. And so that would be ideal for you as well, right? Being able to collect your mystery boxes while at work and be on the auction house maybe at work.
Yep. Well, I mean, because you're looking, you bid on something, but then you go to work and you can't do anything.
Yeah, you either lose that or maybe it's there when you get home and everybody else has bidded on it too, and it's at 550 keys and you don't want to pay that.
Yeah. So I like the look long term. That Illusions are looking at bringing it on the web.
Yeah, totally. That's one of those things that we don't know what that's going to look like. I've been happy overall with most, if not all, of their updates, so I can't imagine me disliking that one. That brings me to, I mean, that kind of we've been talking for an hour and a half about Coin Hunt World, by the way.
We have, haven't we?
Yeah. So that about wraps it up, because I really wanted to talk about the activity quests and what's going on next month, but I do have a kind of a peculiar question for you. Typically, I ask people, what updates they're most excited for. But you've been around for majority of the updates already, so I want to know what past changes to the game that you didn't like.
Well, the one where I just about rage quit was the removal of green key booths.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm sure Illusion can attest to that.
Yeah. Is there some discourse in the Discord looking back?
Back then, yes. Yeah.
So run me through your feelings on that. So did you? Why was it such a big deal that green key booths were going away? And also at the same time, there were also regular blue key booths, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, there was regular blue key booths.
Yeah.
I don't think user vaults had been fully implemented yet.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
So why was what was the decision to get rid of green key booths then? Was it, key sync, or like were they giving out too much money at that point? What was going on, do you think?
I wish I could say.
Okay.
I really do. I don't know.
Yeah.
And back then I was hunting hard.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I was in a pattern and I was hunting hard.
Yeah.
And then they go and change how I have to hunt.
Yeah.
And that just threw me for a loop. And I honestly just about quit.
So now it's funny that you say that, because obviously you didn't quit. And it was all for the better. And I'm having conversations with not top level players, but definitely players in my area and probably some other players who are extremely affected by this new change. What kind of words would you give them to reassure them of, the path of the game? And, what would you say to them to maybe get them to not quit the game based on this change? That's a tough question. I know, but
It is.
I'm very curious about the answer.
And I think I put something like, if you look at my chat history in Discord, somewhere in there, I put a really good saying, and I was looking for it, but I can't find it.
Okay.
But essentially, in the end, if you let Coin Hunt World take over your life, which is what happens when you focus on it and you hunt hard, really hard, then that's your life. And then as soon as something affects it is when you get angry.
Right. It'll anger. You're more invested, right? It'll anger you a lot easier.
It does. It truly does. Mm-hmm. So if I can say anything, relax.
Yeah.
Because in the end, it is a game.
Yep.
And the leaderboard is the leaderboard. Yeah. But it's not going to affect where you are in life.
Right. It's not the leaderboard of life.
It's not the leaderboard of life. It's, you got to relax, because I know that I'm glad that after August of last year, that I started taking it easy.
Right.
Because since then, my life with Coin Hunt World has been so much easier with the changes.
Yeah. You start learning to stick and roll with them a lot easier, right?
You do, because it doesn't affect you as much.
Right.
Mentally, it doesn't affect you as much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that's good advice. I'm still waiting for that update that triggers me to the max, but I haven't found it yet. But
you haven't been hunting hard enough.
That might be it too. It's hard to make me angry.
I find that it affects the ones that hunt hard.
Yes, it always will. Right. I think, and because those are the people who have the most invested into it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're explaining that, flipping the meta on its head is never something that someone who's excelling, especially the people who are hunting hard, they're excelling at the game. So if you start messing with their algorithm of them excelling, and then they stop being, the best, or, one of the top people, that can be an extremely driving factor when it comes to quitting, stopping, like putting their time and energy into something else that they think is more worth it. But like you said, at the end of the day, it's a game, and not to mention it's a geolocation tracking game that was always destined to promote a healthy lifestyle. Like,
yes.
Did you think that? Sorry, this is I want to save it for the monologue, but did you think that driving in the car was their version of the game? I feel bad for you if you did think that, like that was not the case, and that never has been the case, and they've always been vocal.
Oh, they have. Oh, 100%. And that the way Illusion and Kook Puffs and Professor Xavier have always been there talking with the community.
Yeah.
Has been extremely good. I haven't seen it in any other game development that I've seen around. Right?
Yeah.
Just they're wanting to communicate with the community.
Yeah, they're always in talks. I mean, you see them every day. You can interact with them every day.
Yep.
And they're up front. I mean, if they tell you something's going to change, but it's changing, next year, then it's probably happening.
Yep.
It'll happen. Don't be shocked when that exactly. It's happening, but don't be shocked when it does.
And don't be shocked if the change is not exactly how they said it in the first place.
Yeah. Yes, that as well. And here's something else that they do. They always continue to impress me with, is that there's tweaks afterwards, right? If the players hate it, and there's a lot of feedback for that, which, to be fair, for this one, there hasn't been a ton of negative feedback. I've seen a lot of positive feedback on this one. But if there is negative feedback, they go back to the drawing
Timer.
board. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the timer or even the auction house, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we were like, okay, what was it? It was at 5 days, right? Or it was a week or something.
No, it was 3 days, but you could scoop.
When
So
when the auction house first came out, it was less than 3 days, or it was more than 3 days. The actual items were.
Oh, that's right. It was 7. Yeah.
It was like 7 days. We're like, what is going? Like, you can't even do anything. Like, what's
Yeah.
going on? And scooping items, like you could time it. Yeah. Like
Oh, yeah.
they go back
I
and
scooped a few
they.
things.
Yeah, I have too. I use that game mechanic. Don't worry. That's a feature, not a bug. Yeah. All right. Well, Derek, it's been a pleasure. I'm glad we got to have this chat. Well over an hour and a half worth of
Yes.
Coin Hunt World content. But you're I was really excited to reach out to you and get your take on things because like we've been hammering home this whole podcast. Like you've been around. I feel like since the beginning. You've had a look at all the changes and you're still here. So I think it's a great outlook, the outlook that you have, and I think that people can learn a lot from you. So I wanted you on the podcast for that reason.
Well, thank you. It's been a pleasure having you. I wasn't quite sure what I was supposed to talk about or anything.
Yeah.
So you made it very, very easy.
Good. I'm very happy with that compliment. I try my best to keep the flow of things going normal. And yeah, you were like, what do you want me to remember? I was like, don't worry about it. We'll just shoot the shit about Coin Hunt World.
And we'll figure it out as we go.
Exactly. So yeah, that'll about do it. And I guess we'll wrap it up here. So I guess I'll just say goodbye.
5 seconds.
All right, you got it.
4, 3, 2. There you go.
Hey.
So there you go. In behind me, that is Ghost Spider 12.
Okay. Hi.
And then above me,
yeah,
that is Diamond Lady.
Hey, okay. I didn't prepare any questions for you guys, but how do you like Coin Hunt World? Do you like Coin Hunt World?
Do you like Coin Hunt World?
Oh, you can't hear. Okay. Yeah.
I got it in here.
Okay, I see. What's her favorite part about Coin Hunt World?
What is your favorite part of Coin Hunt World? You can talk here.
Answering the questions.
Do you like the trivia? Do you like the cubies?
Do you like the cubies?
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to getting the seal?
Oh, nice. The seal's a lot of fun. Yeah, that's awesome. So that's the family, and you guys all hunt together?
We do hunt together quite often. There are 2 other girls.
Okay.
The oldest one, she hunts on her own off and on. The middle one doesn't do anything, but hey.
Wow, that's a large family of girls you got.
Hey, I needed that many girls to equal the testosterone.
Just a minute, there
I bet.
Wait. Is Abigail want to come in?
Is there more?
Oh,
my
there you
gosh. Hey,
This is Abby 04.
Okay, we got the whole crew.
There you go.
Here, can they?
Oh, there we go. Okay. Anyhow, I should let you go.
Okay, yeah, no worries. It was a pleasure talking to you with you, Derek, and I appreciate you coming on the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
No worries.
Take care.